And gasoline, man, gasoline's a problem right now. And it's a problem for the truckers because diesel is up to $4 and some odd cents a gallon, up from a year ago where it was $2 and some cents a gallon.
Yeah, $2.80 to $4, just boom, that, and no sign of any kind of retraction whatsoever in the future.
Yeah, truckers right now are losing their trucks to foreclosure, right?
It's the independent truckers are getting killed because they don't have any way to absorb that loss except from their own personal income. And the trucking companies are able to make it up in different ways and are able to increase the prices to the consumers, the people who are having things trucked. But these independent truckers can't do that. They're on individual contracts, and they have a horrible time with that. I'll tell you something else is fascinating to watch Congress, the Senate, in its hearings with these 5 oil execs that they've trotted out there.
That was funny.
It's such a great political opportunity for them, particularly in an election year, because they're trying to make a statement, hey, we're going up against big oil. We're going to do something about it. But everything they talk about doing is going to cost you money. I mean, if they do away with the subsidies, which the subsidies are pretty ridiculous when these oil companies are making billions and billions in profits, but those subsidies have been there for decades. And it's something that they depend on for their bottom line, or to keep their bottom line high, because these oil companies' execs are answerable to the owners. The owners are the people who are shareholders, and if they don't maintain these high profits, then they lose their jobs. The oil company execs do. But nevertheless, it is a cyclical thing, and they point out that at times they don't make much at all. And if you cut the profits, if you nail these so-called windfall profits, it means that there'll be less R&D, research and development. It means that ultimately prices are going to go higher.
Politicians know this, Jack, but like you said earlier, it's an election year, and they look good up there just scourging these guys. See, we're getting the execs from those big power companies, and we're just scourging them. And then nothing's going to be accomplished. Any taxes passed on them, we're going to eat.
Oh, yeah. Those taxes are passed on to consumers.
Sure.
That would be you and me, the purchasers of gas. And there's so many people to blame for the high oil prices, and they just share a tiny part of the blame. I mean, look at the hedge funds. Those are the big culprits in driving oil prices up. The speculators, the people who make these things happen when there's some kind of a curtailment of the market forces or something like that. I mean, it's just incredible that they get away with this disingenuousness, and nobody calls them out on it. No major papers or anything are calling them out on it.
They're playing to their constituency,
Bulletproof.
Yeah.